here in the middle of nowhere on the way to Palm Springs with Widerstrom. Getting coffee and caffeinated. Long day ahead, a little bit of nerves. I don't know what's coming. We're gonna do Facebook Live.
Yep, Facebook Live.
This won't be up for like another 3 weeks, so you won't be able to see it. But
No, this is your...
I'll edit this and then it'll go up in like 2 weeks.
No, yeah, Facebook Live is happening now, so this is irrelevant.
No, it's relevant. Everything we do is relevant. It's just in the past, but we're in the future. Does it save on Facebook?
Always saves on Facebook.
Oh, so then go to Facebook. So middle of nowhere, out in the desert, winter storm, Phoenix on deck. Another conversation in the car. How did Tarzan maintain such a clean shave?
Well,
That's a pretty good question.
you know what? I think he's one of those fortunate men that actually have really good hair growth, just not on his face or like.
So you think he's baby faced?
Yeah.
He didn't really have chest hair in any rendition of Tarzan I saw.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's got it on top and nowhere else. I think he's a lucky guy.
Who's the very popular guy that's on romantic novels?
Oh, Fabio.
Fabio kind of looks like Tarzan.
Does he?
I don't know. You probably know Fabio better than I do.
Like
You probably read all those
but
books.
But like the Palm Springs version, like the Santa Barbara version of Tarzan.
Right, he's a little metro to be the real Tarzan. Tarzan's maybe Joe Manganiello type action.
Manganiello,
yeah, see? Somewhere, yeah. Does Zika scare you?
I don't know what Zika is.
Uh-oh.
Is Zika a hat brand?
Zika is a virus.
Oh,
in South America.
How do I not know about this?
Because you live under a rock. Next question. What are your fitness goals right now?
Well,
hit them.
I'm so glad you've asked. I recently competed in my first Olympic lifting competition. I just love barbells, lifting weights. It's kind of part of my upbringing with my dad and my mom, and then
being a meathead.
And doing college sports, I did track, and so because I enjoy the Oli comp so much, I've actually decided to ask this guy to coach me for my first powerlifting competition. So I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't done those kind of movements in a while. I haven't bench pressed in 2 years. Besides
yesterday.
Well, that
135 for 5 or 3.
That was our first session.
That was pretty strong.
But, so I don't, I think that we have this nature that we don't like doing what we're not good at. So I'm nervous to do this because I don't know what kind of weight I'm going to move. And if I can't move heavy weight, does that mean I suck at life? And it's like, thanks, coach.
You'll be fine.
So that's my next goal. We got to see that. We want to get it in before I start filming the season again.
We're looking at August?
August.
August-ish.
It's my birthday month.
Yeah, we already got to start because we need about 8 weeks minimum.
Yeah. So fitness goals is to just really give a top effort at a powerlifting.
That'd be cool. You have a fight. Who wins? Me and you. UFC Octagon. They might probably just leave and go find food.
We wouldn't stop laughing. We would quit the fight because we got hungry.
Maybe
before we get hungry before the fight would be.
Maybe we do a sumo wrestler fight.
Indian wrestle, legs only.
What's have you heard of Moss or Mosque? I'll show you a video later.
It's
mosque? It's
church?
like moss wrestling, I think. I'll show you later. Okay. It's like stick wrestling that strongmen do. Okay. It looks very painful.
Okay. Do we hit each other with sticks?
No. You like grab a stick, and so there's a board in between us, like this, and then our feet are put up against this board, and we're kind of in a deadlift stance, and we're each grabbing a stick, and we just gotta rip it from each other.
Oh, you just flipped me right over the top.
I don't know. That'd be funny.
Like Bam Bam.
Worst flying experience?
Oh my God.
You probably fly a lot.
It's a tie between two. Can I tell two short ones?
Sure, go after it.
Number one, I was living in Chicago and I was going to New Orleans. And it was where you only had 2 seats in your plane. I was window, and it was super...
It's a small plane.
Small and kind of just in. And this man that was sitting next to me who had the aisle seat had the longest hair I've ever seen on a human.
Like Tarzan?
No, like to his ass.
Oh,
and
impressive.
I get really, I'm okay with space, but I hate, you're breathing each other's air already.
Planes are already gross.
So his hair starts to touch my arm, and it gets staticky.
Is he ugly and gross to begin with?
I don't want to call names.
He wasn't very attractive. If you looked like Fabio, it would have been cool.
Stringy hair, and it starts getting staticky because it's rubbing on the seat. And so then I'm like, I was licking my fingers and trying to create moisture on my arm. So his hair when it's
So then it stuck more.
It was sick.
That was the worst idea you've ever done.
That was pretty bad.
That's gross.
That's number one.
That's gross.
The other one, I had a red eye flight, and the guy had like a disc. This is like literally 6 months ago. Had like a CD player, and I was like trying
like
to
a
sleep.
Walkman?
Like a Walkman. Discman. No, it's called a Discman. A Walkman is
cassette.
a tape.
Yeah.
Discman.
Both
and
so old.
He just kept because it was like it kept skipping. Meanwhile, he's doing that and he's like hitting me. It kept waking me up.
So stupid.
And then he took off his Jordans and set them under my chair.
Who has Jordans and a Walkman? If you can afford Jordans, go buy yourself an iPod.
This guy had like Soul Glow, like he was next generation.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I just was miserable. I'm like, I'm up. I'm like, I couldn't.
Oh, amazing.
Because I can sleep on planes and I couldn't.
There's a bunch of good questions.
I feel like you're getting the roof and not my face.
It's better looking?
No, you're getting up my nose.
You're good.
More. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very good. I'm going to delt workout. Big.wit asks, will you marry me?
How old are they?
I don't know. We can go creeping. Oh, their profile's private.
I can't look then. I need to know how old you are.
Send in your resume. Send in your resume.
Send in your resume. Wait, I'm looking at my exit. Okay. I need you to send your resume, and I need to
make it happen.
I need to know how old you are because
we'll start a dating service.
You need to be legal.
How do you train a normal client opposed to a Biggest Loser client?
There is no difference between the way I train them. The starting places, though, the range of motion, I always mitigate, which means the best way I can explain it is that when you have a greater distance covered, you have room for variable, for injury, for accident, for the contestant, not being sure or safe and feeling comfortable in the movement. So if we're doing squats, like a normal client could do squats, a Biggest Loser contestant could do squats, I just change the range of motion, and I always give them feedback in space. So I'll give them like a box to tap their behind to.
They're just not maybe as prepared as somebody else.
The kinesthetic awareness is just reduced because they've not been moving, they're not connected to their body. So it's my job initially to really do that. And I do that with regular clients as well. I just find that the range of motion and the pace at which we can progress is a little bit faster. But I don't take it easy on those guys. They go all in. They're just it sounds terrible, but they're the exact same. They're just wearing a fat suit, and it's my job to again mitigate the risk by keeping the range of motion a little bit more reduced, but also really protecting them, because we have to remember that there's so much extra weight on them that I have to protect the feet, the knees, because the pounding that can hurt their...
If you get injured, you can't work out anymore, and then you can't reach your goal anymore.
I mean, I had 2 contestants where they had pre-stress fractures on the... oh, now I feel stupid. What's the smaller bone on your lower leg? Tibia?
Tibia. I guess, or both. I don't know.
What's the thinner one?
Tibia.
And they had pre-stress fractures there just because of them walking around in life at that weight. And so I had to train them without any kind of knee bend or pressure. Those are the bodies I was given, but we lost weight week after week.
Yeah.
Sorry, long answer.
No, it's good. That's a good question. Because I think you're similar to me, where like a squat can help anybody regardless of what you're going to do. A deadlift's going to help anybody regardless of what you're going to do.
And regardless of your size.
Yeah, it just doesn't mean maybe you're not ready to max out or you're not ready to do this or that.
Right, you have to prepare the body for the kind of load.
Of course, right.
Yes.
You can't just annihilate.
And I will also say the only thing that's different with a lot of some of the contestants is because sometimes the fat is limiting. Their mobility is what's holding them back. It's not their heart's in it, their mind's in it, but their body limits them. So I have to kind of spend a lot of time off camera doing mobility, opening them up, stuff like that.
But that's a big point of a coach is like to assess more and then guide rather than if you get an NBA guy, maybe that guy's ready to fucking deadlift right away and whatever, but it's just different.
But I think it's a mark of a good coach. A good coach isn't someone that can train one person to greatness. It's someone that can train anybody to their best level.
Agreed. Any core workouts? You work your core? I don't really work my core.
No, I do medicine ball training, like sometimes it's velocity training, but I do function movement. The most core work I'll ever do, though, is in Pilates. I do Pilates every week.
Is that kind of plank style stuff?
It's a lot of internal work. It's pulling in, allowing your diaphragm to work and work your core versus like a crunch. I can't remember the last time I did a sit-up.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either. I squat, deadlift, try to breathe
like
right.
Boxing, some rotational stuff, but
Yeah, but you're not doing
But
weight.
we're working our core because of the loads that we're moving.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
And then I'll do a plank here and there, but I haven't done that in a while. But
Yeah.
who knows? That's
Yeah.
it for this one, you sons of bitches. Let's go!